All right, welcome everyone. Decided to do a little quick video for you guys. Just kind of displaying the risk disclosure here, just to kind of let everybody know here that I'm not here in any sort of investment capacity, and that the information I'm providing you is to be treated as general information only, because we all know that future trading does carry a fair amount of risk, and that we as investors should only be using in investor capital, risk capital, when we engage in the markets. Capital that we can lose without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle should be used. Okay, nothing contained herein is intended as investment advice or an offer to buy, sell futures, options, forex. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to go ahead and open up my news portal here to see if there's any remaining news here that I should be aware of before we kind of look at the markets a little bit more detail. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my portal here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and open up the economic calendar here, guys. And I'm just going to go ahead and filter out for anything that's non-US here. All right. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and select 2 and 3-star events, and I'm going to apply this filter. Okay, back to the top here. So really the only thing that of note here, we do have some OPEC, oops. I don't know exactly what happened there. See, let me go ahead and stop and share again. Looks like it's not taking effect here. So we'll do this and do this. And still not. Taking effect. One more time. Okay. All right. I think we're back. Go ahead. All right. Let's double confirm here. Yeah, it looks like we're all good. All right. So again, as I was saying, that really the only thing that we need to concern ourselves with today is when we have an OPEC report here coming up here in about 1 minute. So potentially has an impact on crude oil traders. But the one that I'm kind of drawing attention to here, I guess, is the 10-year note auction that's going to take place here at 1 p.m. Eastern time. That's a 3-star event. So those ES, ES and Q, mainly the equities, but maybe bond traders, obviously, potentially are going to be impacted by that bit of news here. Okay. Yeah, we have another EIA report, that could affect again the crude oil market. All right, let's go ahead and stop stream here, and let's start to take a look at the markets here. Go ahead and share my screen here. All right, looks like we're good to go here now. All right, so let's go ahead and start off with the gold market here. GC, okay. And so move here, some stuff here, make it a little bit more visible for me. All right, so as I review the gold market, I'm gonna go ahead and expand this out here a little bit. And we're just gonna go ahead and start with, stretch this out here a bit to make it visible for everyone here. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and start with a kind of quick daily report. I know this is already, the market's already in session, but I just wanted to kind of get a gauge to see what the general sentiment is for the market. So we're going to go ahead and turn some of this off here. Okay. All right. I'm going to move around some things. Okay. So we are appear to be somewhat in a range here in the market. I'm going to hit right mouse here. Let's see, just right mouse and remove some drawings. All right. So looking at this here on the daily, we've kind of, basically in kind of, I would say, a bit of a range market, right? You can see here that we are, basically bouncing from 2440 down to about 2300, and been bouncing around in this area for looks like a good two working on 3 months. Okay, so daily looking a bit, I would say, more neutral. Okay, not necessarily picking a direction here at the moment. So looking a little bit more neutral here on the daily chart. Looking at the 4-hour chart. All right, so we have, I'm going to again remove some of these drawings as I don't need them at the moment. I do have the 233-day EMA. We'll just go ahead and leave that on there. See if we can move this off to the side here for a moment. There we are. Okay, so looking at the 4-hour chart, we had a big, relatively strong sell-off here late last week. Okay, and now we are, I guess potentially considered, maybe a little bit of a retracement of this swing here on the 4-hour. Okay, so while the daily chart was kind of in range, this to me looks a bit bearish, although we have made a new lower high, and we've broken some structure here to the upside. I do see that we have the EMA above us here, the 233-day EMA, and that's kind of like a litmus test for me as far as, short below, long above. Okay, so for now, I would say that we are still very much in a bearish, kind of swing. Okay, and that what I'm treating this right now is more of a little bit of a retracement of this swing for potential continuation bearish move to the downside. Okay, so taking a look at the 30-minute chart, I'm going to go ahead and move over to the 30-minute chart here. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and open up my fixed range volume profile here. Okay, fixed range volume profile. Let's see, locate here, this here. All right. Oops, premature on that. Okay, here we go. Now we are going to go ahead and locate the opening bar here for Monday. Here we go. I'm going to drag that across to the 430 bar. All right, here we are. Okay, so it looks like let's see, looking at today's bar here, looks like we did open above. Let's see here. Yes, we did open above this value range here. Okay, so this is the value range for Monday, and we did open above it. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and turn on my initial balance range just to get a feel for where we stand there. Oops, that's not what I wanted to show. Okay, where's my initial balance? Is it right here? Yes. Okay. All right, so there's my initial balance range, and we're right now still very much inside value. Okay, so really no direction as of yet. Okay, we still remain in range, and that's pretty much aligned with what we're seeing on the daily, right? So we did, like I said before, we did open above value, but we immediately came back into value, and we've been, kind of hanging around value area high here, and we remain inside initial balance, right? This initial balance range. Okay, so really would like to see this market, make a decision here as to whether it wants to go to the upside or to the downside. Really need a break of initial balance. here to really kind of make a kind of a firm sentiment on my view of the market. Now, what I can say is that we are above settlement price, which is this price here, this kind of in gold dots here. We are above settlement price. Okay, we are above settlement. We are above VWAP. Okay, and so that those two matter, I guess. The fact that we are above that speaks well of the bulls. All right. Now, what I would be looking for here in this market is for a break of this initial balance range here up at 2337.3, for that to break here, and then potentially make a move up to this average daily range above us. Okay. So let's go ahead and call out some of these levels here. Okay, so we're going to say ADR. Let's go ahead and use a white font here. So ADR, ADR high here is, what is that? Let's call it 2347.1. 2347.1. And then we got ADR low at 2323, looks like 23 to 23, 23.7, 23.7. And then our settlement price, settlement is looks like 23.27 even. Okay, 23.27 even. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and turn off ADR here for a moment and turn on ASR. So it looks like the numbers I quoted were ASR numbers. So let me go ahead and close ASR and turn on ADR. All right, so ADR is a little bit higher. So we have ADR here at 2349.3. Okay, 2349.3. Put that up in the beginning here. 2349.3. All right, and then on the low end we have looks like 2309.7. 2309.7. Okay. So those are some levels here. So what are some hypos? Okay, well, we kind of touched on some hypos earlier, just to kind of capture, kind of summarize that here. So as I mentioned, my first hypo is for maybe a potential move to the upside, but I first need to see a break of this initial balance range to the upside. So I need a break above this 2337.3 level for a potential move, maybe back up to EMA, okay, at this level, or as high here as this ADR level at 2348.5. Okay, now if we do not manage to close above this, then we'll probably be looking to see maybe if price could break below this VWAP and head lower, at which point we would start to open up 2317.3 or even as low as 2308. But a lot of interference here, okay, to the left, you can see a lot of interference that would potentially keep that from happening here. So either my view on this is either we'll remain in this kind of range here for the rest of the session, okay, or we make a move to the upside. We break this initial balance range to the upside and potentially head higher. Now, if that's not possible or that does not happen, then the other option would be that for price to kind of extend. In either case, I'm going to be looking for an extension of some sort to one end or the other before I participate in this market. So either I'm going to look for an extension to the upside, and participate maybe in a bullish move up to this ADR level that I've mentioned, a average daily range, or I'm going to be looking for an extension to the downside where I break below settlement and VWAP and look for an extension here, to the downside. Okay, so that's kind of my view of gold here. So let's go ahead and hop onto CL. Okay, so CL. All right, here's our CL chart. Again, I'm just going to go ahead and start with our daily chart just to kind of get a view of what the high level sentiment is here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead here and turn off this. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Turn off this. And let's turn off this. And let's turn off this here. All right. Okay. So we're looking at the daily chart. And you can see from the daily chart, we've been kind of in a steady, kind of bearish kind of move to the downside in crude oil, right? So we have this, maybe kind of squish this in here a little bit. Yeah, we've been on a pretty drawn out a move to the downside here in crude oil, right? We continue to break structure to the downside. Okay, now we have recently we've started to rally here a bit, and we're kind of coming into an area of where I would expect maybe some potential resistance. Okay, if we're not able to get above 80, we're still very much in control of the sellers here. So while the market is, I would say, bearish, we are starting to see some signs of some bullish price action. We do have a daily bearish candle that will, I guess, give us some insights here at the end of the day, but it's still very much developing here, right? So let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. All right, 4-hour chart. Oops, not the 1 hour, but the 4-hour. Okay, so looking at the 4-hour chart. Okay, so we're hovering here just below this EMA level that has proven to be resistant in the past, and is starting to show some signs here, but not quite does not quite seem to have the same sort of vigor in reversing away from it as it has in the past. It actually feels like it's kind of building up some steam. The fact that we're on the upper end of this swing indicates to me there might be some momentum here to the upside in the crude oil market. Okay, so take a look at the 30. All right, so looking at the 30-minute chart. Okay, we're hovering around this settlement price. Okay, we're going to go ahead and open up the fixed range volume profile here. Just going to select this here and drag that across to 1330. Actually, 430 here. Sorry, and there it is. Oops. There. All right. So we are very much in value today, in range, in the market today. So go ahead and open up initial balance now that we're kind of full hour into the session here. So let's go ahead and open this up. Okay, so we looks like we did take a peek below here. Let's see, first 30-minute bar, second 30-minute bar. Yeah, so we did take a peek below here, and for now it's been kind of rejected. So this could looks like it may potentially provide a I guess, potential failed auction opportunity. The fact that it was not able to extend beyond or close below this could provide us an extension or a trade opportunity back through this initial balance range up to the top from these levels. So I'll be keenly interested to see how this candle closes here in the next 15 minutes or so. Okay, so if it does manage to close inside this and we get some momentum or some volume here, we could see a potential reversal of price, since we are very much in value and in kind of rangy kind of price action. It would be quite reasonable for price to kind of run through or make a full rotation through initial balance here from these levels, say 77.54 back up to the top here at 78.04. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up ADR levels and see what they provide. Well, we have some confluence here with some ADR levels below us here at 77.14. All right, looks like we did get some reaction away from that. So, and then on the top side, we have ADR levels here up on the top side here at around, looks like around 79 even. Okay. So let's go ahead and open up the text box here and start calling out these levels. So we have ADR high here at, what is that? I can't see my level here. ADR high here, we're just going to call it 7908. 7908 here at ADR high. And then ADR low here is 7714. 7714. We have the settlement price at 77.74. Settlement at 77.74. And then we're going to go ahead and turn off ADR here and turn on ASR here. Okay. So we have ASR. Let's move this off to the side here a minute so I can really dig into this ASR level. So we have 78.44 as the ASR. Now the ASR here. ASR stands for average session range. So it's a comparison between New York and New York versus the average daily range, which is it's just a blend of all sessions captured. Okay, so 76.93 is ASR low, 76.93. All right, so what to make of this market? Okay, so like I said, we are already kind of an hour into this session, so which is generally the time frame where I'm kind of looking for opportunities. So right now, really the only opportunity that I'm seeing here is this failed auction opportunity to the upside. I'm kind of waiting to see how well this candle closes. If it can close, in the upper third of this candle here, that would give me a little bit of confidence that maybe price has the enough of momentum to take it back above settlement price and all the way through initial balance high with an outside opportunity of making the full rotation up to the top end of ADR here. Okay. Or ASR in this particular case. Okay. Now, if I hold more of a bearish view in this market, well, I have to kind of look for this either the value area high potential, or this ADR high, or IB high as areas of opportunities for a potential reversal. I'm not super keen in participating. A lot of overlapping candles here at the moment. And the fact that we got a little bit of a rejection away from initial balance low leads me to believe that we're probably more likely to head higher rather than lower. Okay, but we'll have to wait and see as to how well this 30-minute candle closes. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the Nasdaq here. Okay, Nasdaq. All right, and so we are. Let's see, we're just going to go quickly here. I suspect I know what my answer is here, but we'll go ahead and take a look. All right. So we're starting to see a little bit of overlapping candles here up on the top side, an otherwise market that's been on the upside. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and turn off ASR here. All right. So we have some overlapping candles. We'll go ahead and remove this. Let's see if we can remove that. Okay. So we have some overlapping candles here of late, okay, in an otherwise move that has broken some structure to the upside. So it feels like maybe the market might be tiring a bit here at this level at, I don't know, 19,100, okay. Feels like it. But nonetheless, it's still very much bullish, right? We have not broken any sort of structure to the downside at this point. All right, so looking at the 4-hour chart. Looking at the 4-hour chart, we have, go ahead and turn off initial balance here. Okay, so here we have, pretty much overlapping price here for a good portion of the last couple of days. Okay, so you have a lot of overlapping price action on the upper end of the swing here. Okay, so the question is, are we going to remain in this kind of chop, right, for today as well? We do have a developing bullish candle it is a higher low of this area here. So if this does manage to close as kind of a bullish gulfing, as it appears that it wants to, then we have I guess the ingredients for potential move above at this the highs here at let's say 19,000. What's the high here? 19,000. Well, this high here is about 19,110, 19,115, 19,130, right? But it's a matter of how this candle closes here for me. So let's take a look at the 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart. So we have as kind of similar to what we were saying about the 4-hour, we have a developing engulfing, right? I'm going to go ahead and begin to draw my fixed range volume profile here just to get a feel for where we are at with respect to that. So I'm going to go ahead and locate my 930 bar, kind of drag that across here. Oh, we have a little interference here. Okay, let's try this again. Right here, drag that across to here. All right, so where are we with respect to value from yesterday? Well, looks like we are challenging the value area, okay, from yesterday. If this candle does manage to close, the candle does manage to close inside value, we could potentially be looking at a value area acceptance opportunity, okay? So we did go below it. Now we've come back inside value, right? This is the first opening bar here, and then the second bar has created a what looks like a bullish engulfing. Okay, so this candle here, if it does manage to close that at that level, well, we have the opportunity here to traverse the entire range of value all the way up to this 19,118.50, which would be one I guess bullish scenario. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up these ADR levels and see where we stand with respect to those. So we did, I guess, come off of ADR low here pretty strong. Okay, looking at ADR high here. Okay, well, we have ADR high here as high as 19,232. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start to mark these levels off. So we have ADR high here at what is that? Let's call it 19,229.5. Got ADR low here at it's also EMA here, so it's a 18,985. Then we got settlement, okay, at what is that? Settlement looks like it's at 109.75, 19,109.75. And we are going to turn this off. I'm going to turn on ASR here. All right, so we got ASR on. So let's stretch this over here to the left here a little bit. Okay. All right, so we have ASR up, and we have this level here to the left of us, and then we have a new level. So I'm going to go ahead with this level here, this 19,007. Well, actually, let's go with this level here. So it's 19,163.25 on the high side. Okay, 19,163. Actually, let's call it 162 even. And then ASR low is 18,954. 18,954. Wasn't exactly 954. I think it was 954.50 or something like that. 75. Okay. All right. So now that we have these levels in place, again, let's kind of review kind of my initial thoughts on opportunities. Okay. So we've already talked about the potential value area acceptance play here developing. All right. We have price about to challenge initial balance high here at 19,087.5. We do have settlement price. We are looking like we will potentially close above VWAP. All right, that would speak to the bulls. Okay, so if we do get price to close above, and I would say that if we can get price to clear this area here, this 19,115, then we have a reasonable, well, more than reasonable chance to get up to this ASR level here I have at 19,162.50, which is probably a good 50-point move there. Okay. If it's not able to close above this initial balance range, we could be in store for a potential failed auction trade, okay, which will traverse the entire range of value, maybe head to the low side of here, maybe 19,000 or maybe 18,954. Those are kind of a couple of scenarios here. But for now, given the strength of this candle, the only thing that's kind of got me a little bit guarded here is the fact that we are coming up on this ASR level, all right, to the left, as well as settlement price, okay? I would need price to get above these levels to really feel, I guess, somewhat more comfortable with a bullish trade. Right. I do need to see price get above this if I'm going to sustain in any kind of move to the upside. Okay. All right. So that's pretty much what I have um, for Nasdaq. I guess the only thing I would say that if I do get up to these levels up here, this 160 19,165 level, that would potentially create an opportunity for me to want to fade the market back maybe to initial balance high, something along those lines. That would be probably the first opportunity outside of settlement price or outside of IB high. But IB high to me looks like it's about to be broken here. So okay, so let's go ahead and move into the ES market. Okay, ES. Okay, so the ES market, we're going to go ahead and quickly look at the daily. Right, so daily, similar kind of view that we were getting in the Nasdaq. I would say probably a little bit more pronounced here. Okay, we were seeing some overlapping candles. Right, we were seeing some overlapping candles. This candle in particular is developing to be somewhat of a bearish engulfing type of candle, which could provide us maybe another leg down that we've maybe saw here in the recent past. Okay, let me move this over here, whatever that is. Okay, so while the market remains bullish, it does, similar to what we were seeing in the Nasdaq, it does appear to be slowing here a bit. This. Okay, we're going to move some of these things here. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and drop down to the 40, not the 40, but the 4 hour. Okay, we'll go ahead and turn off initial balance here for a minute. Okay, so here we are kind of bouncing around in overlapping price action, kind of consolidating, kind of deciding on exactly what the market wants to do here next. Okay, we do have a developing bullish candle above this anchored VWAP. I guess I drew back here somewhere. I'm trying to locate where that is. Off of this retracement, technically it should probably be drawn down below here. Something like this. Okay, that seems to be a little bit more logical place to put that. Okay, so it's a recent low. All right, so as long as price stays above this anchored VWAP, then my sentiment is and above this EMA here, my sentiment remains to the upside. Okay, in the market. The question is, I need to find a good reference level to participate in, in it, and certainly 53.20, 53.18 would be an excellent level to manage my risk and maybe potentially participate in another upside move in the market here. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and drop down to the 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart. Here we are hovering right above EMA on the 233-day EMA on the 30-minute. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and open up this initial balance range. Here we are. Open that range up, and then I'm going to go ahead and open my volume profile here. All right. So here we go. Drag that across to 1330. Okay, there we are. Oops, that wasn't quite drawn correctly. Let's go ahead and drag this out a little further. Okay, there we are. Okay, so we are below value. All right, so as we discussed, as we're kind of talking NASDAQ, we did say that as we were reviewing the daily chart, that the S&P did look a little bit more bearish than the NASDAQ. Okay, we did open below value. Okay, and it looks like we are still inside initial balance here. Okay, the initial balance range has been established at this point now that we've kind of completed the first hour of trade here. So the question is now is for me is are we going to be able? We have this kind of relatively strong bullish engulfing candle. Do we have the momentum? Do we have the volume to support a push above initial balance? Okay. Do we have the momentum to push above initial balance here? Okay, to head higher. Now, where can this price go? Well, let's take a look at ADR here, right? Well, we have ADR well above us here. Okay, so if we do manage to get above this, then I would say that we have settlement price here at 53.70 as an opportunity. Okay, target price. All right, and maybe it hangs out there, or maybe it makes another leg up to this ADR range at 53.98. 53.96 level. So with that said, let's go ahead and call out these levels. We got some activity in the background. Apologize for that. We got ADR high here. We're going to call this level here is at 53.9650. 53.9650. Okay. We have ADR low at 53.43.25. 53.43.25. We have settlement at looks like 53. I'm just going to call it 53.71.25. Let's go spell it right. How about that? 53.71.25. Okay. Go ahead and turn off ADR here for a second and turn on ASR. Okay, and see where that puts us. All right, so we have a couple levels. So we'll say 53.79. 53.79, my ASR high, ASR low is, let's call it 53.32. 53.32. All right. So kind of just kind of summarizing our kind of view of the market here. Okay. So we are below value. We did open below value, and looks like we are responding off some ASR level here that we have identified. Okay. Now the question is, for me, is do we manage to close above this level, which then opens the gates for price to head back higher to the highs of ASR, okay, and maybe up to settlement price. So this area right here, this 53, 55, 75 is going to be an important level for me. Do we manage to close above it? And if we do, then we have the opportunity to head all the way up to this ASR level that we have identified at 53.79 or 53.78, somewhere in that range. Okay. If I am bearish, well, I need to find a bearish location. Well, what's the closest bearish location for me? Well, we have this initial balance high range that could offer a reversal trade. Okay, we have settlement price above us that could provide us a reversal, and obviously we have ASR above us that could provide us. These are all areas that could provide some reversal in current price action. Okay, so I think that's what I want to say for the ES. We'll just go ahead and close this session off with a view of the YM. YM. Oh, yeah. Okay, here's the YM. We're going to go ahead and open up the daily chart. All right, so daily chart, again, similar to what we were seeing, although a little bit further along on this leg down than the other equity markets. Okay, we are responding a bit away from this demand zone that I have drawn earlier. It is a bit of a higher high, okay, that is established here. So the question is it going to be able to get above this level here at 39,250? If we do get above 39,250, we could be headed for another leg higher in the YM. Okay, but we have, just like the other markets, I think it was gold in particular. It appears that the Dow has been in this kind of uh, range of late here. Okay, if we look at the top side of 43.45 down to about 37,900, that's kind of the range that we've been here of late. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the 4-hour chart. Okay, 4-hour chart. Okay, we're going to go ahead and turn off initial balance here for a minute and kind of stretch out some of this. Let's see if I can remove this here. Okay. All right, let's stretch this out here a bit. Okay. All right. So we were kind of talking about this move here. All right. We see that demand is still pretty much intact. We have a developing bullish candle here on the 4-hour. All right. Now the question is this going to have enough momentum to continue higher, or is this just a matter of another leg, maybe a potential, kind of retracement as potential for us to kind of head lower? All right. So let's go ahead and open up these fixed range volume profile here, see if we can get some more visibility on this. And so we're going to locate the, let's move on to the 30-minute chart to do that. Okay, so let's do that. And let's stretch this out here a bit. It's getting a little bit smallish. Okay, all right, this looks better. Okay, all right, oops. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my fixed range volume profile. And we're gonna go here, my 930 bar, drag that across to my 430 bar. Here we are below value. All right, kind of similar kind of sentiment that we had in the ES. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and drag this line out here because that's gonna be I would say a relatively important line. Okay, for the bulls. Right, so I see that we have some congestion in this area, and that's also value area low. So this area here could provide an area for us to potentially reverse in price, okay, up here at value area low. Now, if we do manage to close inside this range, then we open up settlement price, and then we open up maybe some of these levels that I'm about to draw here, ADR above us here. All right, so let's go ahead and call out what these ADR levels are. Okay, so we have ADR high here at, let's see, ADR high here at 39,110. Okay, ADR low at, it's not, ADR low here is at 38. 38,689. 38,689. We have settlement price here at what is that? 39. Oh no, 38,929. Okay, 38. Oops. 38 settlement at 38,929. All right. We're going to go ahead and turn off ADR here for a sec. Turn on ADR and also initial balance. Oops. Where is it? There it is. Okay. So here we are. Looks like we are responding off of ASR at the moment. So it's 38,586. 38,586. 38,586. Oops. 38,586. And then on top side, we have, oops. Okay. Let's try to move this off to the side here. All right, here we go. All right, and then we have, what do we have here? We have on the top side, 38, looks like 38,939 top side. 38,939. All right, so now that we captured these levels, what are some of our hypos? Well, we discussed some of the hypos. We are currently responding off of ASR. If we do manage to get above this and inside this initial balance, not the initial balance, but this value area range, okay, then we have a better than average chance of getting all the way through to the other side of value and up to ADR high. Okay, that's kind of a bullish scenario. Okay. Okay. If we are somewhat bearish, well, then we need to look at those same levels and potentially look to fade away from them. Okay. If we're bearish, then we're looking at value area low and reversing away from them, or reversing away from this 233-day EMA. Okay. All right. Let's see if there's anything else I want to call out here. It doesn't appear to be. Okay. So we'll see. All right. I think that's pretty much what I wanted to share on the markets. Okay. Today. All right. Like I said, I'll be keenly looking to see if price does manage to get above this initial balance range on all the markets. Okay. Especially in the equities, and see if we do, then that creates an opportunity for price to head to some of these ADR high ranges or ASR high ranges. Okay, so we'll go ahead and close the session here, encouraging everyone to trade well and trade safe. We want to trade like a pro and be a market trader. Happy trading, guys.